So Jennifer Buehner Varley is a Northern California-based artist and recent graduate of California Institute of Integral Studies MFA program. Initially a full-time stay-at-home mother, Buehner Varley is now playing with themes of domesticity and the decorative arts as they intersect with feminism. Her work is a serious yet playful study of gendered labor and the paradoxes of female power, decoration, folk art, and color or invitations that feel both seductive and alluring, yet assert in the margins of her paintings the shadow of all of that is feminine, of all that is feminine is lingering violence. So, wow, I read
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, and then I also looked at your current show that's up or gonna be up soon, or your...
I just showed at Axis in their national exhibit. I'm actually a pretty new artist, so I've just entered a few shows, and I was invited to do that. Fortunately, it was locally, so that was a very big pleasure, and it was a super neat show, really intimate, and it felt right. Yeah.
So I'm meeting you for the first time, and also I looked at your art for the first time. So if I would be on the studio tour and I would come to your studio, which I'm doing right now, can you tell me a little bit about your art and also your latest exhibit, your latest works?
Yeah, this body of work kind of was interesting. It grew in the margins.
Did I lose you, or?
Are you there? Can you hear me now?
You.
Yes? No? Hello?
We can hear you, Jennifer.
Oh, okay.
I would just keep going. I think Gwenna might be frozen.
Okay. Yeah, this work grew out of the margins of a larger work, a metal sculpture piece that I was working on. And these were my private drawings. They were drawings that were created in my private sphere to kind of reconcile some of my feelings about sexual violence. I just felt like my protection, guardianship and mothering extended now that my kids are gone. I kind of started to get nervous about this other issue with women. So these drawings were really private. And when the language lettering started to enter into the drawings, I just knew I was being asked to be a part of a conversation I didn't really know how to enter. And so this work it's a lot bigger than me, but it's also a way for me to kind of gesture or start to participate in the world in a different way, other than domestic, being a domestic wife. So yeah.
It's very powerful. It's I looked at it, and it's a very difficult subject. And you have to excuse me, the first part of your explanation, I couldn't hear you. So we're still.
Yeah, just so you know, it grew out of the margins. It wasn't the work I was working on. It was private. Yeah.
Okay. So, we're right now in a very weird situation with this pandemic and things that are going on, especially in Sacramento. What a day today. And we'd like to also ask the artists, how are you dealing with the work in your studio? How is this pandemic influencing or, changing the way you work or your work at all?
It's been, I'm out of my studio. I'm in my sewing room right now because my studio downtown in Del Paso is too smoky. But I noticed the work right now is really frenetic. In fact, when I was going to make notes for this talk, I couldn't find a notebook that wasn't filled up. And I thought, it's really prolific, but it's really scattered. It feels like almost like the environment I'm in. Right. And because I was kind of politicizing my work or wanting to work socially with my art, I think I'm trying to deepen that experience, but because of the overwhelmingness of, all this stuff that we're dealing with, it's frenetic. It feels like there's a lot of wild chasey ends, and that's not a lot of constraint in the thinking.
we all, I think, feel that way. It's like everything is so unsettling. It's unsettling. So what, especially in this time, what keeps you motivated to create your artwork?
I mean, the power of making, like doing something is actively participating in a creation is so, it's probably the stillest, quietest place I can find.
Okay.
In this environment.
That's
so
good.
It's not really the work, it's the working. I feel sometimes it feels like the work, and this is a different layer. It feels just the act of participating in doing anything that's quieting the mind or making me more still is being really helpful. And all kinds of weird things are coming out of it. Banners and things are hanging from the ceilings, and stuff's on the. It's just kind of a weird experience. Yeah.
No, it's great that you can find that stillness and a refuge and in your art, and you already had that, but it seems like at this point in time, it's all magnified, it seems like. So I have no idea. I think Justina has to let me know about time, because I know we started late, but before we go on or get cut off because of time restraints, where are you showing, and where can people who are watching see your art other than online, and where can they purchase it if they would like to?
Okay, well, I have a website, and you can find that link on the Verge directory.
Yep.
I'm also have a public studio space at Broad Room down in Del Paso Heights with a bunch of other artists. It's a fun space, and it's not open to the public, but it can be visited by invitation or by appointment if people want to. All the art is for sale on my website, so that's a pretty easy shtick. Okay. And I've been printing up a lot of posters it's kind of for classrooms and different places, because I think it's applicable in a lot of different things, and I find it alluring too. So it's fun to look at.
Yeah, it's fascinating. I'll definitely make a point to maybe call the Broad Room or set up a time that you can go see the work. It's very
you can just contact me and we can sort out a time. I have a few artists, or mentors coming in this weekend to see and kind of check out the space and all the work up close, because it kind of doesn't do it justice to see it online all the time.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Yeah. Thank you so much for.
Oh, Gwenna, it was nice to meet you. Thanks for taking the time.
Nice meeting you. I hope we can meet in person. And thank you for your time and participation in the virtual Open Studio tour.
Yeah. Very, very cool. Have a nice day.
You too. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.